Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lesson 3 for ELA. Our learning objective for today is I can identify the author's purpose using anchor charts and a graphic organizer. So we're going to learn the reason behind why authors choose to write certain texts using anchor charts, which are just images to help us figure out the answer to things, and a graphic organizer to help organize our thoughts. So, what is author's purpose? An author's purpose is just his or her reasoning for writing a text. So, authors write text or short stories or books or novels for specific reasons. The three reasons why an author would write a text is to persuade, to inform, or to entertain. So we're going to refer to this as PI. If you look here, persuade P, inform I, E, entertain. So we're going to call this PI. This is going to help us understand and remember what author's purpose is. So the first one, persuade, is when the author wants to convince you of something. They want you to think the way they're thinking. They want you to understand why they're thinking this way. The next reason, I, is inform. So when an author is trying to inform you, they want to share information about a topic. Usually we'll see an author's purpose to inform in nonfiction texts or texts that are real, because those texts give us important information that the author wants us to learn about. And lastly, E, entertain. When an author wants to entertain its reader, they want you to just simply enjoy the story that they're telling. So our job for today is to answer this question using what we just learned about author's purpose. So, what is the author's purpose for writing Flora and Ulysses? What details from the story make you think this? So we want you to think back to the text that we read yesterday and thinking about PI, persuade, inform, entertain. And we want you to answer this question using specific details from the story in your answer. So this should be familiar to most of you from third grade. Race. This is how we respond to questions like this question you'll answer today. So when we use race, we make sure we restate the question that's being asked. We actually answer the question. We go back into the text to cite evidence. When we cite evidence, we are taking examples and details right from the text. We might use that in our response by saying, the text states, the author says, according to the text, and then putting our details into our response. And lastly, we're going to explain our answer. So we would say, for example, or this shows, or this means. Lastly, I believe. So when you are answering our question for today about author's purpose, you need to make sure that you are using this race to answer the question. Restate the question, answer the question, cite the source, cite your details, and explain your answer. Explain those details that you chose